If you're a woman over 40 and you're already strength training regularly and you're trying to eat healthy, there is one type of exercise that you can add to your program that can dramatically improve your cardiovascular fitness, your insulin sensitivity, your fat loss efforts, and your stress resilience in as little as 15 minutes a week. I promise this is not some weird gimmick or clickbait. In this video, I will explain what it is, why it is so incredible, and exactly how to do it properly to get all of the benefits. I'm Dr. Rachel Felber. I'm an ER doctor and a women's health and strength coach. And I help women over 40 lose fat, gain muscle, and improve their overall health through evidence-based nutrition and exercise. Now, strength training will always be the foundation of what I teach because muscle truly is medicine and muscle drives health. However, there is one type of cardio that offers an incredible return on investment, especially for women who want better health without spending hours in the gym. For way too long, women have been told that in order to lose weight and get healthy, we need to do more cardio. More walking, more jogging, more time on the treadmill and the Stairmaster, just burn more calories. And it's not that cardio is bad. Cardio is great for our health. The problem is that so many women spend hours and hours doing moderate intensity cardio that, yes, does burn calories, but does not necessarily do very much to improve the things that we really care about that move the needle in terms of overall health and body composition changes and healthy aging. So I'm not suggesting that people stop doing cardio. I'm just suggesting that for efficiency's sake, there are so many other things that we can do that move the needle so much more than endless, moderate intensity, steady state cardio. We don't have time to waste time doing things that are not moving us toward our goals in an efficient way. In this video, I want to teach you how to get more benefit in less time. One of the biggest things that I want you to get from this video is that the goal should not be to just burn as many calories as you can during your workout. The goal should be to use the workout to create adaptations and changes within your body to make your whole body healthier during the other 23 hours of the day. So many women believe that the value of the workout is in how many calories you burn. But what matters so much more and is so much more valuable is the cellular level changes that you can make to your body with the right kinds of exercise. I'm talking about things like better cardiovascular fitness, insulin sensitivity, better overall metabolic health, better stress resilience, better strength and functional capacity, and better quality of life. And while doing moderate intensity cardio, like going for a jog or hopping on the Stairmaster, definitely gives some benefits, there is a much more efficient way to get more of these benefits. And that's what I want to teach you. I'm talking about HIITs, high intensity interval training. It's actually pretty simple and straightforward. It is a period of very high intensity effort, followed by a period of very low intensity effort, back and forth a handful of times. Now, when you hear high intensity, don't get nervous. This is relative to you. It's high intensity for you. So for example, somebody who is quite deconditioned and has not been doing any cardio recently and has not been working out much recently, their 80 to 90% intensity is gonna look very, very different from somebody who has a history of running marathons or is a triathlete. And that's okay, they're gonna be different. It is the perceived level of intensity for you. You should feel like you're working very, very hard, your heart's racing, you're out of breath, you definitely can't talk, and you're not totally emptying the tank, but you're getting very, very close. So these periods typically are short, right? They have to be with that level of effort. So we're talking something like 30 or 45 seconds. And then this is followed by the recovery interval. And this is where most people get it wrong. The recovery period should be very, very easy, like a 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. Not jogging, not doing high knees or butt kicks. We're talking very slow and gentle. You want your heart rate to come way down. You want your breathing rate to come way down. You want your body to feel recovered and feel ready to go hard and strong when the next high intensity interval comes around. This is not the time to keep pushing. This is not the time to have an ego about anything. This is the time to let everything recover. Now, if you're doing sprinting outside, you might want to just walk very slowly. If you're on a stationary bike, this could be very slow rotations. If you're swimming, this probably means just hanging onto the wall and relaxing, because even treading water is hard work. That will not allow your heart rate and respiratory rate to come down enough. So we really want everything to come way, way down. This is a huge part of what makes HIIT so unique and so beneficial. So a simple example might be something like 30 seconds of high intensity followed by 90 seconds or maybe even 2 minutes of recovery. And you do that 6, 7, 8 times. A well-designed HIIT should really be about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's not including the warm-up and cool down. What I really want you to understand is that the true benefit of HIIT does not just come from pushing yourself hard during the high intensity interval. A lot of the magic of HIIT comes from the recovery period and what is happening because of the recovery period and because of the rapid moving back and forth between high intensity and recovery. Before I talk more about the specific benefits of HIITs, I want to clear up a major source of confusion about high intensity interval training. I see the term HIIT being used for pretty much any kind of workout that gets your heart rate up and gets you sweaty and exhausted and out of breath. YouTube workouts and social media influencers and studio classes will call any fast-paced circuit workout a HIIT. And these are great workouts. I'm not knocking them at all. You burn a lot of calories. They're great for cardiovascular fitness. They're great, but they are very different from the true HIIT workouts that have been studied in exercise science and that have been proven to give a lot of these benefits that we really want. And the difference between them is recovery. A lot of these internet HIIT workouts or class workouts have you moving constantly. You're doing maybe squats and then burpees and then mountain climbers and jumping jacks, and maybe there's 10 or 20 seconds of rest time in between. So your heart rate stays pretty elevated the whole time. Your heart rate's not going to be coming down very much after just 10 or 20 seconds of rest. So you're tired, you're out of breath, you're sweaty, you're going and you're getting a great workout. You feel like you're getting a great workout, and you are, but you're not actually really getting a chance to recover at any point during the workout. So a true HIIT looks very, very different. Instead of just staying kind of in the middle the whole time, you're going back and forth between very high effort, very low effort, very high effort, very low effort throughout the whole workout. Your heart rate gets very high and then it comes down low. Heart rate gets very high and then it comes down low. And the recovery period is not just a break from the workout. It is a major part of the workout. It is a major source of benefit of HIIT workouts. The recovery period allows you to attack the next interval with the same very high intensity as the first. So while a lot of these YouTube HIIT style workouts and class HIIT workouts will train your ability to tolerate fatigue, a true properly designed HIIT trains your body to repeatedly produce and recover from high intensity effort. And these two things are very, very different. When I think about exercise and trading fat for muscle for myself and for my clients, what I care about is return on investment. How much benefit are you getting for the time and effort that you're putting in? I want the most benefit for the least amount of time and energy put in. And HIITs deliver a crazy amount of benefit in literally just 15 to 20 minutes once a week. Let's talk about some of them. One of the greatest predictors of longevity and overall health and health span is your VO₂ max. Your VO₂ max measures your ability to take in oxygen, transport it throughout your body, and use it. And actually, research seems to show that VO₂ max might be the strongest predictor of longevity that we actually have control over, that we can actually improve through training. A higher VO₂ max is associated with lower risk of heart disease, better physical function, more independence longer into our later years, and lower risk of all-cause mortality. And there's not much out there, if anything, that improves your VO2 max as efficiently as HIIT. One of the major metabolic changes that occurs during and after menopause is increased insulin resistance. And as a result, blood sugar gets harder to control, fat storage gets easier, preserving muscle tissue gets harder. We deal with more inflammation, higher levels of baseline cortisol, our energy levels can suffer, and cravings increase. Properly done HIIT workouts, done on a regular basis, are very, very effective for improving insulin resistance, helping muscles pull glucose out of the bloodstream more efficiently and needing to rely on insulin less. This is why HIITs are such a powerful tool for improving our overall metabolic health. Another awesome benefit of HIITs is that it is a form of cardio that helps us preserve and even build muscle. Unlike long duration endurance cardio, HIITs train our fast twitch muscle fibers, which are the first ones to go. As those go, we lose strength, power, balance. We're more likely to fall. Our coordination is affected. So when we do HIITs on a regular basis and we preserve those important fast twitch muscle fibers, all of these things improve. Our strength, balance, coordination, and we're less likely to fall. And I cannot tell you how many patients I've taken care of in the ER who spent days on the floor after a fall because they had poor balance, poor reaction time, and poor strength and weren't able to lift themselves up. This is not a position that you want to be in. Now, this one is one of my favorite benefits of HIIT. And if you deal with any kind of stress in your life, which if you're a human living in this century, you definitely do, this is for you. Let's talk for a second about your nervous system. There are two branches of your autonomic or involuntary nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight, gets your heart rate up, your respiratory rate up, and your body is primed and ready for action. And the other one is the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the opposite. It's rest and digest. It's chill zone. It is where recovery and repair happen. Now, many people think the benefit of HIIT comes from the very high intensity interval where everything is revved up and you're challenging your sympathetic nervous system. And there is benefit in that, but it's really just half of the equation. During HIIT, you're constantly switching between high intensity and low intensity, high intensity and low intensity. And you're actually training both parts of your nervous system, not just the sympathetic, you're training the parasympathetic too. You are giving your body practice activating on command, which is important, and you're giving your body practice recovering on command, which is very important, especially in this day and age. Research shows that when done on a regular basis over time, this improves your ability to recover well and efficiently. It improves your ability to handle stress. And very importantly, it improves your body's ability to be flexible and move seamlessly from sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system activation. So basically, your body gets better at dealing with stress and recovering from stress. And this is not just in the gym or on the track or in the pool. This extends to all aspects of your life. So, work, partnership, parenting, friends, anything. Anytime your body is exposed to stress, and you need to recover from it. And this is definitely something that we can all benefit from. Now, how to actually structure one. You can choose any activity or exercise that allows your heart rate to get up pretty high pretty quickly, and then also allows you to slow way down pretty quickly and easily. Some examples are running outside or treadmill, stationary bike, elliptical, rower, or swimming. The high intensity should be very high, at least 80% of your effort, and last a short period of time, something like 30 to 45 seconds. And then the low intensity effort should be very low intensity, maybe something like 1 or 2 out of 10, and last long enough that your heart rate comes down, your breathing rate comes down, and you feel ready to go again. Now, the duration of these intervals are going to be different for everybody. And as you do this more and you get more conditioned, You should be able to extend the duration of the high intensity and shorten the duration of the lower intensity, or maybe even add another interval of each to keep your body being challenged. Just always keep in mind that the recovery period is not a break, and it's definitely not wasted time. It is an absolutely essential part of it, and it's what is going to give you so much of the benefit of HIITs. How often should we do it? Honestly, once a week is plenty. Research shows that a HIIT done just once a week is enough to give you all of these benefits that we've been talking about. If you want to do 2, that's fine. I do not recommend doing more than 2 a week, especially if you're also doing strength sessions at least twice a week, which I strongly recommend that you do. The foundation for the best health and for trading fat for muscle will always be strength training, walking and plenty of daily movement, proper nutrition and enough protein, and adequate recovery and sleep. So HIITs do not replace any of these, but they are an excellent addition that many women are missing. I'm Dr. Rachel Felber. I'm an ER doctor and a women's health and strength coach. If you found this video valuable, hit subscribe. And don't hog all the goodness. Share my channel with a friend, sister, mom, or aunt who could benefit from learning how to trade fat for muscle effectively and efficiently.